Hey everybody, how's it going? Steam Genie here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Conker's Bad Fur Day for the Nintendo 64. Actually, shall I say 64's, the frickin' emulator that I'm doing all this on. We had last left off here in the bunkers trying to complete this game, and I had sadly lied to you by saying that there were 3 more parts to this, including the last part, but I realized I had to cut this part, which ended up being like an hour and 10 minutes long. I had to cut it up because I just can't sit here and do commentary for that long, you know. I just get winded, I get bored, or I lose focus, you know? It's like when you start things fresh, you have like a solid 40 minutes of commentary, and you can just go right into it, so watch out for these guys. You're just going to want to pace yourself and be patient until they're done. I have tried numerous times to just bum rush past them, but it never works, you know, unless if you like really have like a chocolate kind of warranty on you, you know, to where it's like if you take one you can have another, is the only real way that you're going to be able to get through this. Now there's just a bastard ton of teddies that come out of nowhere. You don't even really hear the shock music now that I think about it. I did not hear the bling! You know, they just kind of appeared out of nowhere. The same thing happened there. That's weird. It's almost like the game audio is like crashing or something. Excuse me. So yeah, this is pretty much almost a carbon copy of the first level we had done, but instead the lasers aren't as prevalent in here. It's more so just a different kind of challenge where the dude's protruding fire from his gun, and you gotta just wait. You know, like the game just really wants you to stay in this game. Don't do that like an idiot. I just kind of jumped in the middle of it. It's just kind of got like this pattern thing. Well, not really even pattern. It's just like jump, jump, boom. Like, I should say more platform kind of pattern. But we're almost done. I believe there's only 2 bunkers that you have to do stuff like this, you know? It's just to fill you in like, hey, this game is also a first-person shooter, you know? If you couldn't tell. It's like the game mechanics. This is a very dynamic game, you know? It goes from driving, or shall I say racing, to shooting, to just basic platformer, you know? And to think this game was going to be just like a regular kids game until they decided to turn into an adults game when one of the guys in the press made fun of them for being only a kids game. Yeah, and that kind of jump, you're just going to want to do it very carefully. This is also a funny thing. They, you know, were being made fun of for being a kids game, and then they made this cutscene, like, pretty brutal. They were actually having these doctors operate on a live soldier, but then Nintendo complained, and they're like, look, this is too brutal. You have to dumb it down. And this is what they did, actually. They just gave them cigarettes, and you know, they just made it funny. They kind of just kept the tone of the game light, which is there's actually a few things like this that happened near the end of the game where they made stuff too violent and they had to take stuff out because Nintendo was just like, sorry, we can't have that. And then little known fact is that Manhunt would come out years later or something, and then, or even like Sega, I think. Like, there was a whole video game, like, I mean, that's the whole reason we got the rating system in the first place, you know, is because of games like Night Trap or whatever it's called, where it's like you got like 6 guys like grabbing one woman in her like lingerie, and that was like a video game. You know, and Sega just got ruined, you know, not at that conference, but it's just like, you know, that definitely didn't help Sega in the long term, you know. It's a miracle Nintendo's been standing out as long as it has, but anyways, so you get involved in this kind of first-person shooter-esque thing. You don't really need to move around the map. If anything, that's just going to make it harder for you in the long run, because there's just a bunch of these guys that are just kind of roaming around the entire map, and it's just easier to stay in this one spot and shoot at them. Which, this actually kind of reminds me of Family Guy, the video game, a bit, now that I think about it, because there is a part in that game, I think, where, you have to do something like this, and that would be pretty fun to Let's Play, except I don't think for the life of me I could get my PS2 to work, but I do have that game, and that would be a pretty fun one to Let's Play, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so once you kill all the doctor, nurses, or whatever, you just come over here in the corner. Nothing's really going to register in the game that allows you to know that you're done. You just have to kind of see that everyone's gone and then make your way to the front.
Yeah, just stay there. The cavalry has arrived. Sorry, you come. Let's see now.
This is honestly a terrible joke on the developer's part, because no matter what switch you hit, he just gets fried. Because the other switch, well, I don't know if I should spoil it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I already brought it up, so I'm just gonna say it. It literally doesn't matter which switch you picked. Because I picked the left one my first time, and I picked the right one. And he just fries, because if you guessed it, the other switch is a bit more important to what we gotta do, and it's just sad that he dies.
Oh, hang on a second. I think it's this one, actually.
That British humor.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Well, what do you know? I'm not quite bad.
No.
Thanks for that.
I don't know why you're saying thanks.
Change, though. How do I look?
Like a mess. Like charcoal, actually.
I gotta go. See ya.
So as you guessed it, you gotta just hit the other switch right here. And that will open the door. Isn't that messed up? No matter which one you pick, he just gets fried. It's all just story. Now this is quite possibly the most annoying part of the game. Even more annoying, I think. Well, I wouldn't say as annoying as the bull taking the turds. Like, that is easily the most annoying part of this game, because just controlling that bull and getting everything perfect is just painful. But this is painful in a different kind of way, because this turret gun will literally decimate you, and you won't get a second chance to try the level again. You literally have to time... Well, I mean, I guess you lose chocolate. I thought you got, like, decimated on the spot, but basically, you have to time this right so that you get to, let me see. I don't know what it's called. It's basically just, like, boxes. Like, you see these boxes right in front of here? We have to get to the top of that. And the only way that we can do that is if we time it perfectly right when he stops shooting, and you just run like hell for that rope. But if you're not careful, you can get shot and fall to the ground like a nimbus. Ugh. Oh my god, dude. Like, this is just painful, and especially, like, having the perfect joystick. Wow, that was really a game over. Just, wow, look at that shot. It's just like the 2 turret guns. And at least it respawns us here when we game over, so... This game is easily much easier than most of Rareware's games that they've ever made. Then again, this is like one of the last ones they made. And you can really tell the grab by the ghoulies vibe. So a good strategy you could do when he's shooting his gun is just to get real close to him, because he will literally just shoot like dumb close to his own platform. So you can kind of get away with it, but I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing here. I'm just acting like an idiot. Anyways, ripping the hair out of my beard like a weirdo. Just watching me fail over and over again. It's really tireless, and I'm sorry I gotta put you through this, but at least a good strategy to do this in case if you're having trouble is just to get real close, because you see how you see how close you see how close he gets with his turret gun when you're like really close to him? He will literally just shoot the ground. You could be semi close to him and he will just shoot the ground and you won't have to worry about it. You just gotta grab that rope and you gotta climb up the rope, because it gives you the exact amount of time you need to climb up that rope. And then you just have to run like hell when you're being shot at to get to that B platform. Oh my god, dude. Can you stop sucking, please? This is why these videos took so long and I had to split it up. It's like, I just didn't even care. I'm like, you know, I wanna watch me fail, and you know, I want to show some realism to this gameplay, because I feel like I've honestly been cheating you guys, and I've been trying to show like the best gameplay I possibly could. I mean, for the sake of, you know, the playthrough. So you come up here on the rope. Did not really expect that to happen. That sucks. I mean, I knew I failed, but I'm just like, man, I was so close. That's really disappointing. You can hide behind that pipe until he stops shooting at you. It's just a good tip. So you come over here and basically classic Donkey Kong fashion, but you gotta be careful, because just because you have the gun doesn't mean he's gonna stop shooting at you. So you literally gotta time all this right. I mean, this entire level, holy crap, he doesn't have a fucking head anymore. Jesus Christ. And of course that was a freaking game over. I'm not very good at this. I'm not very good at timing in video games. Unfortunately, Conker has a lot of that. A lot of timing moments, like this moment right here is timing, you know. It's like, that's why they have that cutscene show him like do like a little Ken Burns zoom, because that shows you that that's literally your only opportunity to get past him, is when he's freaking reloading. Like, fuck you, Rareware, stop making this shit. you know, to quote Proton John, I don't think I'm ever going to buy another Rareware game again, because I can't support this. Which may seem out of context, but that's because they did like a 6-part Battletoads episode where they were just struggling to beat the game. And look at me now, I'm struggling to do this. It should take like 5 seconds, but it's not. It's just absolutely insane, man. So, we do this again, and chances are you're probably going to be a lot better at this than I am, because you'll have watched me fail so many times you'll learn from me, like a deadbeat dad trying to raise his own. Oh man, off topic, you know, my stomach was feeling pretty inflammatory, so I just had some oatmeal and bananas, so I might be burping a little bit. I actually gotta go use the bathroom, but I'll wait for that. I'll wait until I actually freaking do this. This has gotta be it. You know, I got so close, it's like there's just no way I can't do it. Yeah, baby! Oh yeah! I don't even know if that hit him, but it did hit him. What I mean is like, I don't even know how I aimed that to hit him. So now we just get, dare I say, more bullshit first-person action on the Nintendo 64, which is extremely painful after spending the better part of 10 years of your life playing Halo or Call of Duty. It's like, you just don't want to do this, man. You just want to play as Conker, and you want to jump. Like, I don't like GoldenEye. You know, like, that's not a game I could see myself playing. Like, maybe when the N64 came out, you know, it was probably cool. But it's just like, it doesn't, I don't know, man, it's just not my kind of game, you know, I don't dig it, really. What the fuck? Bro, you couldn't cut this out? I just don't like it, man, you know, like the whole, first-person shooter aspect of the N64, you know, you only get one joystick and then you get C-stick D-pads. Oh, I should explain, I did a little cut there because, oh my god, I died. I did a little cut there because in my present self, I had actually coughed. And this is definitely where I just kind of stopped giving a fuck, really. You know, and I'm just like, I'm not doing this over again. I'm just loading a save state and I'm starting this from the beginning because I'm really tired of this, man. You know, I'm tired of just doing this over and over again, you know, and it's like I had to do this with the keyboard the first time I did it, and it was just painful, man. I really hate to be knocking this part of the game. Like, I'm sure, like, most of you are looking at this and think, hey, this is pretty cool. But when you're using a Nintendo 64 controller, I don't know, I just don't appreciate anything about the first-person capabilities in this game. It's like, I just don't, that's not why I play Conker. I don't play Conker for a first-person shooter, but I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to be innovative. They were trying to do something. But when you make bullshit like this where you keep fucking dying, it never works. You know? You just aggravate the player, and you create emulators down the line because you're just sick of this. And of course, oh wow. Oh, I see. That was the problem. I had save stated with only 2 bars of health. I apologize. I kind of flipped out there, but it was really to my own dismay. Or, I don't know what the real quote is, to your own avail? No, avail would mean that you're being relieved. Anyways. Oh god, there I go again saying anyways. I put myself on blast with that, and now it's like I can't stop thinking about how I say that word all the time. So you just gotta fight these guys. They come out in waves. I honestly feel like, did Seth MacFarlane or whoever produced the Family Guy game on PS2, did they, like, take stuff from this game? Because I feel like something like this happens in the Family Guy video game where you have to, like, deal with people in waves. But I'm pretty sure it's just a common video game trope. I mean, there's only so many things you could do with video games, especially at that time. You know, with hardware limitations and stuff, like, there was really only so much you could do, which is why I feel bad knocking this part of the game, because it really is like a hallmark in terms of gaming production, but it's just painful, you know? It's like I don't know how many of you feel about this, but it's like I would just rather play Halo, I would rather play Call of Duty, I would rather just do anything else than this right now. Like, I hated shooting the bees, it just was awful, but at least if you're low on health, you do get this, I was gonna say something clever, but I don't know. You just get, like, this leeway, pretty much, of, like, the chocolate constantly respawning. So if you kill enough of them, you will have chocolate respawning around your turret gun. So you can actually do this for a little bit. It's not like you're completely screwed in terms of, like, and, like, aiming, dude. Like, you had to get that one way in the back, and the only way you could do that is by pointing it at the crosshairs, and it's just so freaking stressful, man. it sucks. So, we've dealt with the bunker, now we're making our way outside. This is pretty cool. This is like where they make those, what is it, those like spider bots. What does that say on the chalkboard? Man, I don't even know. Yeah, so you come out here and you go down. And this is another little fun tidbit about Rareware, is actually in this cutscene they had 2 other squirrels during the E3 demo tied up with Rodent to be shot and executed. But they had actually removed those 2 because, again, it was too brutal. And Nintendo did not want that on their console. I mean, they're Nintendo, you know? Nintendo's got charm, and if you have realistic war scenes being depicted in this game, especially for the time, you know, it's like very brutal. Especially since 2 of them actually die, you know, and this Rodent survives. He doesn't die, which is actually a shock the first time you see it, if you don't know. Because he has this protective armor that keeps him alive. And it horrifies Conker. I mean, it's just amazing because they didn't really change any of these cutscenes. Like, they're all the same. Did he leave his cigar there? I don't think so. Well, when you start shooting at them, they're gonna know that you're there. And you just murk them, really. You just send them to hell where they belong. And then you interact with Rodent.
Hey, fella, come on. This is not the place you want to be hanging around. But hey, hey, you killed them. Oh, that's great. Thanks for that. Conker? What? Oh, hey, it's Rodent, isn't it? How you doing? Oh, not too good at the moment. They wanted to kill me. Oh, well, where's that now?
God!
I noticed that your outfit is a little bit different than the usual Army regulation attire. What is it?
God, the attire word.
It's experiment number G7224. I'm the first to be equipped with this. It's an indestructible titanium laminate. Right. So what does that mean? Oh, it means if somebody shoots me, I don't die. Really? That's a pretty good idea. I'll get me some of them. That's the only one. They're very expensive. Anyway, stick behind me, and you should be all right. I can be your Operation Squirrel Shield. What do you say? Sounds good to me. Right, which way? Teeny, meeny, miny, no. Right, let's go.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, you know, like, I get that this is the big finale, you know, and this is like, Conker's at war, you've gotten this far in the game, now it's time to defend your country, but I just gotta be honest, I really don't appreciate this part of the game. I don't really care for any of it, and if anything, it really just makes my head numb, and it gives me nasal congestion. You know, it's like, ugh, like, I just want this part to be over already. Like, I hate being, like, such a Debbie Downer and stuff, and it's like, I know I'm being extremely negative, but it's just like, I want to go back to Conker, you know, I want to do the Conker stuff. I don't want to play as a squirrel in a first-person shooter game, like, and like I said, like, I know how innovative this was for the time. Anyways, I'm gonna stop complaining. What you have to do is, when those spider guys come, actually, there's a lot more going on here than I realized. There are nukes that will be dropping. And the best way to defend against the nukes is kind of just to, like, walk slowly, and if you see a shadow, just immediately pull back. You don't have to get behind Rodent. You see? So you see that shadow, and you should have pulled back, but you didn't. You stupid idiot. I'm talking to myself, not anybody playing. But you see how relentless this game is? It nukes you, and then a spider comes out of nowhere, so you better make sure you're behind Rodent if you see one of those guys. Lord knows a nuke's gonna drop. I mean, that's cool, you know, when there are bullets flying, like the screen gets shot just to immerse you in the world a bit. Dude, I know a nuke's gonna drop. See? So, you don't have to walk far as hell like I did. Like, you could just, like, walk a bit and then jump and it will drop. Same way there. I do get better at this. I'm not a complete failure. It's kind of nice. Oh, and one of the spiders pop out, and if you thought he's not going to walk across that crater, you're sadly mistaken. You have to get behind Rodent. It's just the only way, or you're going to blow up and die. Is there one more nuke? Holy crap. Okay, and now we get to this part. And of course, I just save state because, like I said, like, I cannot express how much I don't enjoy this part of the game. Like, I think it's really indicative because of how many times I've save stated. Like, every other part of this game, I have done no save states. I've done completely, like, original, like, genuine, and I just want this part to be over. I really do. So you come up here to this boat, the teddies are going to be coming, you just shoot off the lock on the door. Simple. Oh no, that was my last bill of health. Ah, and you know this isn't going to be easy, because you know I'm going to load the save state, I've got that 1 bar of chocolate. Oh! Oh, but I have to go through all that again? Man, you know I'm not doing that. Oh, that's the wrong file. Come on, you Nimbus. Oh man, I don't want to show this. Then everybody's gonna know my files. Alright, so I save stated, you know, like, I'm not playing this game that originally anymore because I hate this part, man. Like, I really don't appreciate it. Like I said, it's very innovative of the times, but I just don't appreciate it at all, so. Why the hell are you going there, bro? You know what you gotta do. I guess I was looking for some chocolate, like, because this is messed up. Like, I need chocolate, you know, I can't do this, man. I'm gonna freaking die, but there's no chocolate, man. It just keeps getting harder and harder. Like, come on, rodent. What the hell are you doing, man? Ah, yes, and now that we get a cutscene, I can die as many times as I want, and I will respawn health.
Okay, I'll see you in a bit.
I'm pretty sure, because, like, I just went straight to the boat. Like, I'm pretty sure you don't even need rodent to be there. Like, you could just go straight to the boat and do it. But if you want to have chocolate respawned and stuff, you know, in your health bar, then you're going to probably want to do that cutscene with rodent. So I don't care that I died right here, you know, I'm just going to be respawned and do it over again. So you see, once you unlock the cutscene with rodent, then you can just be respawned here, and you'll always have refilled of chocolate, which is really one of the few leniencies that Rareware even offers in their video games. 9 times out of 10, they're just looking for blood, excuse me. It's that banana and oatmeal coming back to me. Alright, so once you unlock all 4 doors, which is very reminiscent of some Donkey Kong 64 game, like when the 2 hippos are there and you gotta open up the door to fight the boss, that's when we can go through that freaking British humor. You have a massive door that only creaks open a little bit. And as if that weren't enough to deal with, you gotta avoid the freaking teddies. Fuck, dude. Please don't tell me I have to do that all over again. Like, please tell me you just go to the door, and that's it. Oh my god, yes, that's so beautiful. So, once you knock the lock off the door and die, you won't have to redo that again. There's no teddies that have spawned, and you can just get to the door safely. Holla freaking... Oh my god, where the hell did he come from? Look at that, he wants blood. Thank goodness we could just get the hell out of there. And now we're in this little part. I appreciate this part. You know, I like platformers, man. I like being able to run around and do stuff and jump. I'm not really like a big shooter guy, I guess. Yeah, and we never learned that. We never learned why he says got one, you know? It's like, who the hell are you, rodent? Like, why do you know my friggin' name?
Okay.
I will say this part's pretty cool because it's nice to like hop in the tank and stuff and like get a feel for it. You know, how many games do you just kind of like roll around in a tank? But anyways, you do have to jump in it to open up this small door here. You literally just blow it off. It's not like anybody told you to do that, but it's like there's no way to really get that door open. I'm not sure if there's entirely a cutscene which will reveal it as of the moment, but look, all you gotta do is blow that up. You're gonna immediately see a spider. Don't do that because you will lose health. I just forgot that you jump, you see the spider, and you lure them into the liquid, and they fall and die. They won't be able to walk over it like they did with the crater, because this is just liquid, and they'll die. But they have to get your attention, which I guess the only way to do that is by jumping. Like, you have to go to the other side of the platform, I guess. And now this part's pretty fun. This is where it actually starts to get a little bit fun. Like, I appreciate this part. I didn't appreciate the other parts because they were more first-person inclined.
Hopefully that opened the door on the outside. But whatever it's done, I think it's one of those let's leg it moments.
And what he means by that is that this room is now going to be filling up with toxic liquid, and we gotta run for the hills. Even though Conker doesn't really run, he just kind of, like, jogs, I guess. I mean, would you call that running? I mean, someone who runs is really trying to, you know, what the hell just happened? Someone who's running is really trying to get the hell out of there, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm sorry this playthrough was a little bit depressing. You know, I just kept talking about how much I hate this part of the game, but it's just like, I don't know what else to say, man. Like, this is my true feelings. Like, I do not appreciate any... Well, I appreciate it, you know, for what it was, but I just don't like... I don't like watching it, I don't like playing it, like... This is, like, not really the best part of the game, in my opinion. You know, like, I like the part after this, I'd say. Once we get out of the military bunker and do all this stuff. So, now once you've opened up the door, you're just gonna go back in the tank and... Well, I guess you don't even really have to go back into the tank because... Well, let's just say you bring the tank over here. This part is really annoying. Like, Alright, I'm sorry. So you bring the tank over here, you get out of the tank, and then you have to jump on this bridge as Conker, not driving off, not killing yourself. I'm so overwhelmed I'm coughing in real time. You believe that? This is horrible. Alright, I'm sorry. Let's perk up the mood. Let's give some direction to the people at home. Okay? So... You take this tank, and you drive it right up here to the bridge. You jump out, and then you go on top of the bridge as Conker, push B. Do you see why I hate this? It's like I can't even focus on what I'm saying. Okay. I mean, what can I even say? You know, it's like I feel like I've already explained this enough. It just sucks, you know, because it's like you finally get the tank, and the tank is super cool, but you still have to get out as Conker and do this bullshit, so... And I honestly thought by not bringing the tank out that the turret wouldn't see me, but I guess it's just gonna keep seeing me. You know, and it's not like before, where it stops... It just keeps going. So, like I said, all this is timing, and it's just really going to be hard playing as Conker and going into the tank. Like, it's just, like, the game just doesn't want you to finish, you know? It's not made to be fun. It just doesn't want you to finish. But once you get into the tank, you want to go ahead and hit these parts of the leg with the yellow and black, like, caution tape on it. Because we want to knock this turret over, because we're just freaking sick of it. You know? And you can kind of roll over these teddies. These teddies don't mean anything when you're in this tank, bro. It's like just so easy to kill them. Your biggest problem is this turret and it knocking you off the freaking bridge when you're trying to do something this simple. But at least in this part, all you're doing is trying to take out the turret. And it's really cool, man. You know, like, I genuinely appreciate the tank, you know? And sure, it's tank controls and it's a bother and it's annoying, but... It's kind of fun. Whoa. Did I just dodge something? No. I got murked. And I have to do this all over again. See, this is why I had to split this up into 2 parts. And I tell you, man, you know, like... I really tried to play this game honestly. You know, I really didn't use save states until this part. Because I just figured, like, I'm at this part... I'm probably gonna keep dying. It's probably gonna take forever. You know, I'm not playing this game to have. I was gonna be like, I'm not playing this game to have fun, but it's like I'm playing this game to play through it, show you what it's about. And I guess part of the experience of this level... Oh, actually, that was another interesting tidbit, is I did not realize that you could skip death dropping you into the world. I just thought that was something that you had to watch, but you could actually skip it if you didn't, you know, want to deal with that. So we got pretty lucky this time, and the guns weren't shooting at us once we walked out. We still have roughly a full health bar, well, not anymore. Makes you really grateful that this is one of those moments where we have the freaking tank. Hey dude, where you going? You didn't knock out the other leg. I guess I wanted to take care of this one first. Unless if I took care of the other one. Oh no, you're gonna lose the tank, dude! I actually don't know what happens if you lose the tank. I think it just respawns and you have to go get it again. Oh, these asinine controls. Yep, you just gotta get out of the tank as Conker and go for that bridge. I actually think they made it... Wow. Wow. That's pretty cool. I almost feel like they made this slightly easier because I had messed up so many times that they kind of stopped spawning the bullets after a little while. I mean, that's what I would assume. You know, I assume developers are kind of aware on that. You know, it's like if it takes you too long, like we're just going to dumb down the difficulty a bit. But wait, I really don't think I got that first leg. I don't remember. So this is where the last leg is, but you're not going to be able to reach it from here because all the legs are protected. You know, it really has a strong defense. Please don't mess this up. I don't want to watch this again. I swear I didn't time that. Like, I swear. I literally just felt what I said. I didn't want to watch this again, but I have to now. I don't really time anything when I do these commentaries. Like, to be perfectly honest, like, I record the gameplay, I push play, and then I record the audio, and it's like I'm re-experiencing it for the first time. But I do remember, like, some stuff that, like, you know, I wanted to talk about in the commentary that I kind of bring up sometimes, like how the license plate says foreplay. It's like, I never noticed that. Or how you could, like, skip the death cutscene. It's like, those are things I thought while I was playing the game to talk about. Alright, you see, like, I did miss that leg. Man. I'm sorry I'm wasting your time here. You know, it's like, we all just want to get on with the game. I mean, am I being, like, too depressing right now? Like, oh my goodness. I don't know. I mean, like, things are okay in my regular life, you know, like, things aren't too bad. You know, I mean, I got some bills, but we all got bills, you know? At least it's not like a crazy amount of bills, you know? It's just bills hanging over my head. Work cutting hours, you know, because it's the holidays. Shit like that. It's typical stuff. We're not here to think about that stuff. We're here to play video games, and we're here to talk about video games, so... Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm just gonna be totally honest. I don't think I have anything positive to say about this stuff. You know, it's like, just get through it. Just get through all this warfare stuff. I mean, and the only reason I don't have anything positive to say is because this is just Nintendo 64, man. This is Nintendo 64 rudimentary first-person shooter action. You know, and after being exposed to the modern generation of first-person shooters, forget this. Just forget this. So, you take down all the legs, and boom. It opens up a crater in the middle of the map to which we will now go down. And one of the legs actually spawned right here. Oh, but you better be careful to not get hit by those teddies. Alrighty. So now we're at this part. We're basically done with this part, I'd say. Or this episode, rather. In for a penny, out for a pound. So that's just where I'm going to stop here because this next part is going to be a boss fight. And I just want to take this time to say thanks for bearing with me and watching this playthrough if you stuck through to the end. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time.